"We don't need old people here," Derek said. Clear, loud. His wife Sandra nodded. My grandson Matt looked at his shoes. I stood on their porch holding a gift, snow falling on my shoulders. Didn't argue, didn't raise my voice, just turned around and drove home through the Christmas Eve snow. What Derek didn't know was that signature he needed, the one for the business loan I'd co-signed 5 years ago. That paper sat in my desk drawer, and I'd just made a decision about it. Before we continue, please subscribe to the channel and write in the comments what time it is, where you are now. My name is Walter. I'm 72 years old, retired machinist, widower for 4 years now. My wife Patricia died of a stroke in our bedroom while I held her hand. Quick, painless, they said. Left me in the house we'd bought in 1978 with 2 mortgages and a dream. Christmas Eve. I'd driven 40 minutes through the snow to Derek's place. The house in the suburbs with the 3-car garage and the professionally decorated exterior. White lights, tasteful wreaths, that inflatable snow globe thing on the lawn. I'd helped with the down payment, $63,000, every cent from Patricia's life insurance. I'd called ahead. "Coming by around 6, I'd said. "We're pretty busy, Dad." "Won't stay long, just want to drop off Matt's gift." Silence on the other end. Then, "Fine, but we're preparing dinner." I'd bought Matt a model airplane kit, the complicated kind. P-51 Mustang. Kid was 14, into history, into building things with his hands. Reminded me of myself at that age. I'd wrapped it myself. Patricia used to do the wrapping. I'd never gotten the hang of making those crisp corners. Their driveway was full. Derek's BMW, Sandra's Mercedes SUV, her parents' Lexus. I parked on the street, carried the gift up the walkway they'd had professionally shoveled. Not a flake of snow on the heated concrete. Rang the doorbell. Derek answered. Didn't open the storm door, just looked at me through the glass. "Hey, Dad." "Merry Christmas." I held up the gift. "For Matt." "Oh, right." He opened the door about a foot. Didn't invite me in. "Thing is, we're right in the middle of dinner prep. Sandra's parents are here. It's kind of chaotic." I could see into the house. Warm light. Smelled like prime rib. Music playing. Laughter from the kitchen. "I'll just give this to Matt real quick. He's helping in the kitchen." Derek took the gift. "I'll make sure he gets it." "I'd like to see him." "Dad?" Derek's voice dropped. That patient tone. The one that made my jaw tight. "We talked about this. Christmas Eve is Sandra's family tradition. You're coming tomorrow for lunch." "Am I?" "Yes. 1 o'clock. We confirmed this last week." I didn't remember confirming anything. I remembered him telling me. Different thing. "Let me just say hi to Matt." Sandra appeared behind Derek. She had on a cocktail dress. Pearls. Her mother's jewelry, probably. "Walter, hi. We're really swamped right now. Derek will bring Matt by tomorrow, okay?" Not "come in for a minute." Not "Matt would love to see you." Just the polite brush-off, the kind you'd give a door-to-door salesman. I drove 40 minutes, and that's very sweet. Sandra's smile didn't move. But we have 17 people here for dinner, and the timing is just impossible. I stood there, snow collecting on my shoulders. On the gift Derek was now holding loosely like he might drop it. Matt appeared in the hallway behind them. "Grandpa?" "Hey, kiddo. Merry Christmas." "Merry Christmas. You coming in?" Matt, go help Aunt Jenna with the table, Sandra said. Not harsh, just firm. The voice she probably used in her real estate office. But Grandpa's here, and Grandpa is coming tomorrow. Go. Matt looked at me, then at his parents, then walked back toward the kitchen. I felt it then. That thing in your chest when you suddenly understand something you've been avoiding. I wasn't family interrupting a busy moment. I was an inconvenience interrupting an event I wasn't really part of. Tomorrow at 1, Derek said. We'll see you then. Right. I turned to go, got 3 steps down the walk. Derek's voice behind me. Dad, wait. I stopped, turned around. He'd come out onto the porch. No coat, hugging himself against the cold. Look, don't take this personally. It's just that Sandra's family has this whole thing they do on Christmas Eve. Very traditional, very structured. And with her parents getting older, we're trying to make it special for them. You understand? Sure. Tomorrow will be great. Just us. You, me, Sandra, Matt. Quiet family time. What about Sandra's parents? They're doing Christmas Day with her sister. He shifted. It's complicated. Families are complicated. I looked at the house. All that warm light. All those people. You know what's complicated, Derek? I don't remember the last time you asked me about Christmas. You told me. There's a difference. Dad, come on. We're trying to include you. Are you? Yes. Tomorrow, 1 o'clock. I just told you. Sandra appeared in the doorway, didn't come out. Just stood there with her arms crossed, watching. Derek, it's freezing. Come inside. 1 second. Now, your grandmother is asking for you. He looked at me, back at Sandra. Tomorrow, Dad. Okay? I didn't answer. He went inside. The door closed. Lock clicked. Through the window I could see them both walk away. Didn't look back. I stood there in the snow for maybe 10 seconds. Then I heard it. Derek's voice, muffled but clear through the door. We don't need old people here cluttering up Sandra's family time. Sandra's laugh. Derek, Jesus. I'm serious. He shows up whenever he wants, expecting us to drop everything. I couldn't hear the rest. Didn't need to. I walked to my truck. Snow had covered the windshield. I sat there while the defroster ran. Hands on the wheel, not shaking. Steady. That surprised me. The house I drove back to was dark. I'd left one lamp on in the living room, rest of the place cold, silent. I hung up my coat, boots by the door, stood in the kitchen where Patricia used to make her famous cinnamon rolls every Christmas Eve. Haven't made them since she died, don't know how. I poured myself 2 fingers of whiskey, sat at the kitchen table. Same table Patricia and I had refinished together in 1985. Oak, solid. The burn from when Derek was 6 and knocked over a candle still visible on one corner. Derek, my son. I raised him in this house, taught him to throw a baseball in the backyard, helped him with his math homework at this table, paid for his college, 4 years at state, $47,000 total after scholarships. Paid every semester, never complained, paid for his wedding. Sandra wanted the country club, the sit-down dinner for 200 guests, the band, the photographer, the flowers, $31,000. Patricia had wanted something smaller. I'd said yes because Derek asked, because that's what fathers do. $63,000 for the house down payment, Patricia's life insurance, all of it, because Derek and Sandra had been renting and needed help, because I wanted my son to have what Patricia and I had built: stability, a home, the business loan, Derek's opportunity. His friend Rich had this idea: import/export, specialty automotive parts, needed capital, couldn't get approved a loan, bad credit from his 20s, some missed payments, collection accounts, bank wouldn't touch him without a co-signer. "Dad, I need this. It's my chance." I'd sat at this table with the loan papers. Patricia had been gone 6 months. House felt enormous, empty. Derek needed me, needed my signature, my credit score, my collateral. I'd signed $180,000, commercial loan, 7-year term, personal guarantee. I was responsible if the business failed, if Derek failed. "I'll make the payments, Dad. You won't have to worry about anything." That was 5 years ago. I'd made 11 payments. Not Derek. Me. 11 months when the business was going through a rough patch, or waiting on a big contract, or having cash flow issues. $3,200 per month. 11 months. $35,200. Not counting the $8,000 I'd loaned Derek directly last year. Just a bridge loan, Dad. 2 months tops. Still hadn't seen a dollar back. Not counting the times I'd watched Matt. Dozens of times. "Dad, we're swamped. Can you grab Matt from school?" "Emergency meeting. Can Matt stay with you tonight?" "Our sitter canceled. Can you watch him this weekend?" I'd said yes every time. Dropped everything. Canceled plans. Changed my schedule. Because that's what grandfathers do. Last time I'd asked Derek to help me, 3 months ago. Needed someone to drive me to a medical appointment. Routine colonoscopy, required sedation. Hospital said I needed a driver, couldn't take a cab. "Dad, that's a Tuesday. I have meetings all day." "It's at 7 in the morning. I need to prep. Big client. It's 1 hour. Can't." "You reschedule?" I'd paid my neighbor's son $40 to drive me. Kid was 19, barely said 2 words the whole trip. I sat at the table drinking whiskey and adding it up. Not trying to. Just happened. My brain started calculating. $63,000 down payment. $31,000 wedding. $47,000 college. $35,200 loan payments. $8,000 direct loan. Not counting the smaller things. The birthday checks. The Christmas money. The times I'd picked up dinner because they were tight this month. The furniture from my basement when they'd first moved in. Patricia's good china. The tools I'd given Derek that were probably rusting in his garage. $184,200. Not counting interest. Not counting inflation. Not counting my time. I'd given my son $184,200 and 4 years of free child care. And tonight, he'd told someone I was cluttering up his life. "We don't need old people here." I finished the whiskey, poured another, not drunk, just thinking clearly for the first time in years. Patricia used to say I was too soft with Derek. "You're teaching him to expect handouts," she'd said. This was before the wedding, before the house, when Derek was in his 20s calling every month with some financial crisis. "He's our son. He's 30 years old, Walter. He needs to figure things out." But I'd kept helping. Because fathers help their sons. That's the deal. You sacrifice. You provide. You make their lives easier than yours was. My father hadn't given me anything. Died when I was 22. Heart attack. Left my mother with debt and a mortgage. I'd worked 2 jobs to help her. Machinist during the day. Security guard 3 nights a week. Did that for 6 years until she passed. Never complained. That's what men did. I'd wanted different for Derek. Wanted him to have advantages, opportunities, security. I'd given him all 3. And tonight, he'd shut the door in my face. My phone buzzed. Text from Derek. Sorry about tonight. Tomorrow will be better. Bring your appetite. I stared at it. No, I'm sorry. Just sorry about tonight. Like it was the night's fault. Like circumstances had conspired against us instead of him choosing to leave me on his porch in the snow. I didn't reply. I went to my office. Small room off the kitchen. Used to be Patricia's craft room. After she died, I'd moved my desk in. Computer, filing cabinet, box of papers I kept meaning to organize. I opened the filing cabinet, found the loan documents, pulled them out, read through them. There it was, personal guarantee, joint and several liability. If Derek's business couldn't pay, I was on the hook for everything. All $107,000 still owed. Derek's business. I'd been getting the statements. They came to my address, my email. I was the primary guarantor. I opened the last 6 months of statements, read them carefully. Something I hadn't done in a while, been too painful to look. The business was failing. No. Failed. Past tense. Revenue had dropped every quarter for 2 years. Last month's statement showed $3,100 in income. The loan payment alone was $3,200. They were underwater. Drowning, which meant one day soon the bank would come after the guarantor. Me, for the full balance. $107,000. They could take my house. The house Patricia and I had built our lives in, the house I'd raised Derek in, the house I'd been planning to leave him when I died. I sat there looking at the numbers, cold spreading through my chest. Derek knew this, had to know. He got copies of the statements. He'd made 3 payments in the last year, 3. I'd made the other 9. He was letting me carry a dying business, letting me risk everything I had. While he lived in his suburb house with his BMW and his Christmas Eve dinner parties for Sandra's family, and I wasn't invited because old people cluttered things up. Something shifted in me right then. Can't describe it exactly. Like a gear clicking into place. Like finally seeing clearly after years of looking through fog. I pulled out my phone, opened my banking app, found Derek's name in my frequent transfers, deleted it. Then I called the bank's automated line, removed Derek as an authorized user on my accounts, changed my PIN, small things, but final. I pulled out a legal pad, started making a list. Things to do, steps to take. I'm a machinist. Retired now, but 47 years of precision work leaves habits. You measure, you plan, you execute. The list grew. 1. Contact loan bank. Request full payment history. 2. Consult lawyer. Liability options. 3. Document all financial support given to Derek. 4. Change will estate documents. 5. Cancel Christmas. I stared at number 5, crossed it out, rewrote it. 5. Attend Christmas. Bring documents. Better. I worked until 2 in the morning, pulled every bank statement for the last 10 years, made a spreadsheet, every transfer, every check, every loan, dated, categorized, noted what was promised versus what was repaid. The numbers were worse than I'd remembered. $217,450. Not $184,200. I'd forgotten things. The $5,000 for Sandra's engagement ring. The $12,000 when Derek's first business attempt collapsed. The $4,500 for the emergency roof repair that turned out to be 3 missing shingles. The monthly groceries help that added up to $8,750 over the last 3 years. $217,450 in 18 years. I'd given my son $217,450, and he'd shut a door in my face on Christmas Eve. The rage was building now, hot and focused, not explosive, calculated. Cold rage, the kind that doesn't make you yell, makes you plan. I printed everything, put it in a folder, set it by my keys, slept 4 hours, woke up at 8, made coffee, sat at the table. Snow had stopped, sun coming through the kitchen window, bright, cold, clean. My phone rang. Derek. "Merry Christmas, Dad." "Merry Christmas." "So, listen, change of plans. Sandra's parents decided to stay another day, so it's going to be all of us for Christmas lunch. That okay?" Not asking, telling. Again. "What time?" 1 o'clock, like we said." "Right." "Hey, don't be mad about last night. You get it, right? Just bad timing." "I get it." "Great. See you at 1. Oh, and Dad, bring the good wine, the Cabernet you have in your basement. Sandra's dad is a wine guy." "Sure." "Perfect. See you soon." He hung up. Didn't wait for me to respond. I sat there holding the phone. Bring the wine. For Sandra's dad. The wine guy. At the Christmas lunch I'd been added to as an afterthought. I went to the basement, found the wine. 2 bottles of 2015 Silver Oak Cabernet. $180 each. Patricia and I had bought them for our 50th anniversary. She'd died 3 months before we reached it. I'd kept the wine. Couldn't bring myself to drink it. Saving it. For what? I didn't know. Now I knew. I brought both bottles upstairs, set them on the counter, looked at them, thought about Patricia, what she'd say right now. "Give 'em hell, Walter." I smiled. First time in 14 hours. I got dressed, pressed slacks, white shirt, the navy cardigan Patricia had given me for our 48th anniversary. Wool. Soft. Still had her smell if I concentrated. Put the folder in my truck, the wine. Drove to Derek's house. Took 35 minutes. No snow. Roads clear. I had time. Parked on the street again. Driveway still full. More cars today. Sandra's parents, her sister's family. I counted. 4 cars. Plus Derek's and Sandra's. 16 people probably. Maybe more. I rang the doorbell at 1:04. Sandra answered. "Walter, hi. Merry Christmas. Come in, come in." Different tone from last night. Warm, welcoming, performance. I stepped inside, took off my boots. "Oh, you don't have to do that. Everyone's wearing shoes today?" "I'll take them off." I set the wine on the entry table, followed Sandra to the living room. Crowd of people. Sandra's parents on the couch, her sister and brother-in-law, their 3 kids, Derek standing by the fireplace, Matt sitting on the floor near the tree. "Everyone, Walter's here, Derek's dad." Polite hellos, smiles. Sandra's father stood up, extended his hand. "Richard, good to meet you. Sandra's told us a lot about you." Sure she had. "Walter?" We shook. His grip was firm, confident, country club handshake. Derek came over. "Dad, glad you made it. Get you a drink?" "I'm fine." "Come on, it's Christmas. Bourbon? Wine?" "Water's good." He looked at me. Something in my tone made him pause. "You okay?" "Fine." Sandra appeared with a glass of water. Ice. Lemon. "Here you go, Walter. Make yourself comfortable. Dinner's almost ready." I sat in the chair near the window, watched the room. Sandra's family telling stories, laughing, inside jokes. Derek laughing along, playing host. Matt quiet in the corner. The kid looked at me. Small wave. I nodded back. 20 minutes of small talk. Then Sandra called everyone to the dining room. Big table, professionally set, name cards. I was at the far end, away from Derek. Between Sandra's teenage niece and her mother, prime rib, roasted potatoes, green beans, Parker House rolls, silver oak Cabernet poured freely. Richard made a toast about family and blessings and tradition. Everyone raised glasses. Drank. I sipped water. Dinner conversation flowed around me. Sandra's sister talking about her ski trip, her husband talking about his promotion. Richard telling a story about golf. No one asked me anything. I was a placeholder, filling a seat. Halfway through dinner, Derek stood up, clinked his glass. "Quick announcement. Since we're all here together." Sandra smiled. That knowing smile. "Sandra and I have some exciting news. We're expanding, not the family." Laughter. "The business. We're buying out Rich's share. Full ownership. It's something we've been working toward for 2 years." Applause. "Congratulations." Richard beaming. "And we're diversifying. New product lines, new markets. We've got some major contracts lined up. 2024 is going to be our year." More applause. Sandra's father stood up, shook Derek's hand. "Proud of you, son." Son. I sat there, glass of water in my hand, watching Derek bask in congratulations for a business I was co-signed on, a business currently $21,000 behind on payments, a business hemorrhaging money every month while I covered the loan. He hadn't told them that part. Derek sat down, looked my direction, raised his glass slightly. I didn't raise mine. Sandra's mother noticed. "Walter, you must be so proud." "Must be." Derek's smile flickered. "Dad's been a big supporter. Real big." "That's wonderful. Family helping family. That's what it's all about." I set down my water. "Can I ask something, Derek?" The table got quiet. Something in my voice. "Sure, Dad." "This expansion, how are you funding it?" "Combination of things. Refinancing, new investor interest. The business is in really good shape." "Is it?" "Yeah. Best year yet. Revenue's up. Margins are strong." I reached into my jacket pocket, pulled out the folder, set it on the table. Sandra's smile faded. "Walter, what's that?" "Financial records." Derek's face went pale. "Dad, come on. Not now." When, Derek? When's a good time to talk about the $107,000 I'm still on the hook for? The table went silent. Forks stopped moving. Richard leaned forward. I'm sorry, what? The business loan. I co-signed. Derek needed someone with good credit. That was 5 years ago. I've made 9 of the last 12 payments, $3,200 per month, because the business couldn't cover it. Derek stood up. Dad, this isn't the place. You made it the place. You announced your expansion. I'm asking how you're expanding a failing business. It's not failing. I opened the folder, pulled out the loan statements, set them on the table. December statement, revenue, $3,100. Loan payment, $3,200. That's called underwater. Sandra's sister picked up the papers, started reading. Her eyes widened. Richard looked at Derek. You told me the business was profitable. It is. Dad's looking at 1 month. You have to look at the full year. I pulled out more papers. Here's the full year. Revenue down 40% from last year, down 60% from the year before. You're dying slowly. Walter, please. Sandra's voice, strained. This is Christmas. Last night was Christmas Eve. I wasn't welcome for that. Too cluttered, remember? Derek's jaw clenched. I apologized for that. No. You said sorry about tonight. Different thing. I stood up, walked around the table, set papers in front of Derek, one by one. This is the down payment I gave you. $63,000. Patricia's life insurance. Every cent. Another paper. Wedding? $31,000. Sandra wanted the country club. I said yes. Another. College? $47,000. 4 years. Every semester paid in full. Another. Business loan. $3,200 in payments I've made because you couldn't or wouldn't. Another. Direct loan last year. $8,000. 2 months tops, you said. Still waiting. I kept going. Every check, every transfer, every emergency, every favor called in. The engagement ring, the roof repair, the groceries, the car registration, the property tax help, the insurance deductible, the vet bill for their dog. The papers covered Derek's plate, his prime rib getting cold underneath. $217,450 in 18 years. The number hung in the air. Massive, undeniable. Richard whistled. Low. Jesus Christ. Sandra's mother looked horrified. Walter, I'm sure Derek has been grateful. Has he? I looked at Derek. When was the last time you said thank you? Derek's face was red. Anger. Embarrassment. I've thanked you plenty. When? I don't keep track of every... When, Derek? Once in the last year, just one time. Silence. You texted me 2 days ago. Bring the good wine. Not thanks for coming, not looking forward to seeing you. Just bring the wine. Dad, you're making a scene. Good. I turned to Richard. Your son-in-law told his wife last night, and I quote, "We don't need old people here cluttering up Sandra's family time." That's why I stood on your porch in the snow, while you ate prime rib inside. Sandra gasped. Derek, you didn't. Derek looked at her, back at me. You heard that? Through the door, clear as day. Matt spoke up from the corner. Dad said that? Matt, Go to your room." Sandra's voice, sharp. "But Grandpa—" "Now." The kid stood up, looked at me, looked at his father, walked out. I heard his door close upstairs. Richard set down his fork. "Derek, is this true? The loan, the money, the comment? It's complicated." "It's not." I picked up the loan statement. "You have 60 days before the bank calls the full balance. When they do, they'll come after me because I'm the guarantor. They can take my house, the house I raised you in, the house your mother died in. You know this. You've known for months." Derek's hands were shaking. "I'm working on it." "Are you? Because your expansion announcement says you're buying out rich. That takes capital. Capital you claim not to have. So where's it coming from?" No answer. Sandra's sister spoke. "Derek, where's the money coming from?" "An investor. Private investor. It's handled." I laughed, hard, bitter. "Handled, like the loan was handled, like the roof was handled, like every promise you've made was handled." "Dad, I always intended—" "Intend doesn't pay bills, Derek. Intend doesn't protect my house. Intend doesn't change the fact that you've spent 18 years treating me like an ATM. That's not fair." "Fair?" I pulled out the last paper, my handwritten log. "You visited me 8 times last year. 3 were to ask for money. 2 were to drop off Matt when you needed a sitter. 1 was Mother's Day. You stayed 40 minutes. 1 was my birthday. You stayed for cake. 1 was Thanksgiving. You left after dessert because Sandra's parents wanted you for drinks." I looked at Sandra. She wouldn't meet my eyes. 8 visits, total time 11 hours, most of it asking for something. Richard pushed back from the table. "I think maybe we should go." "No." Derek stood up. "This is my house. If anyone's leaving, it's him." "Your house?" I nodded. "The one I helped you buy, with Patricia's life insurance, the money she and I saved for 37 years. And I'm grateful." "You're not. If you were grateful, you wouldn't have left me on your porch in the snow. You wouldn't have called me clutter. You wouldn't have bled me dry while playing successful businessman for your in-laws." Derek's fist hit the table. Glasses jumped. "I built this. Me. My work. My risk." "Your risk?" I stepped closer. "I'm the one who co-signed. I'm the one on the hook. You risked nothing. You've risked nothing your entire life because I was always there to catch you." "I didn't ask you to do that." The words hit like a punch. Physical. Real. "You did. Every time, every crisis, every opportunity, every dream that fell apart. You called. You asked. I said yes. Because that's what fathers do. Then that's on you. I didn't force you." Patricia's voice in my head, clear. "He won't change, Walter. Stop expecting him to." I picked up the folder, put the papers back inside. "You're right. You didn't force me. I chose to help. Every time. I chose to believe you'd remember, that you'd care, that family meant something beyond convenience." I turned to leave. "Where are you going?" "Home." "Dad, wait." "No." I looked at him. Really looked at him. Saw him clearly for the first time. "I'm done waiting, done helping, done making excuses. As of today, you're on your own." "What does that mean?" It means find another co-signer, another bank, another father. Sandra stood up. Walter, please. We can work this out. There's nothing to work out. Your husband made it clear last night. You don't need old people cluttering things up, so I'm removing the clutter. I walked to the door, put on my boots, my coat. Derek followed. You can't just cut me off. Watch me. I'll lose everything. Then you'll know how it feels. I opened the door. Snow had started again. Light. Pretty. Dad, please. I'm sorry. I didn't mean what I said. Yes, you did. That's the thing, Derek. You meant it. You've meant it for years. I just wasn't listening. I walked to my truck, got in, started the engine. Derek stood in the doorway, Sandra beside him, both watching me pull away. I didn't look back. Got home 30 minutes later. House cold. I'd turned down the heat before leaving. I turned it back up, made coffee, sat at the table where I'd sat 12 hours before. My phone started buzzing. Derek. I declined, buzzed again. Declined again. Third time, I turned it off. The silence was enormous, heavy, not empty, full of something. Relief, maybe. Decision. Finality. I opened my laptop, drafted an email to the bank, explained the situation, requested a meeting, included documentation showing Derek's payment history, my payment history, the business's declining revenue, asked about my options for removing myself as guarantor, sent it, drafted another email. To my lawyer, Jim Hutchins, handled Patricia's estate. Good man. Explained what happened. Asked about liability, about protecting my house, about changing my will. Sent it. Third email. To my estate planner. Requested appointment. Needed to update beneficiaries. Remove Derek. Add Matt as contingent. The kid wasn't responsible for his father's choices. Sent it. I sat back, looked at the kitchen, Patricia's kitchen, our kitchen. 46 years in this house. This was mine, not Derek's backup plan, not his safety net. Mine. My phone was still off. I left it that way. That night I slept better than I had in months. Woke up at 6, made breakfast, oatmeal, coffee. Sat at the table reading the paper, physical paper, delivered to my door, one of Patricia's traditions I'd kept. Turned my phone on at 8. 17 missed calls. Derek, Sandra, Derek's business partner Rich, more Derek. 12 texts. Dad, call me. Dad, please. We need to talk. I'm sorry. Don't do this. The bank called. They want the full balance. That last one made me smile. Bitter. Satisfied. I called my lawyer. Jim answered on the first ring. Walter, got your email. We need to meet. Today, if possible. When? 10 o'clock. My office. I'll be there. Jim's office was downtown. Old building, wood paneling, law books. He was 75, still sharp, still practicing because he loved it. I showed him everything, the loan documents, the payment history, the statements, the spreadsheet. He read it all. Took 40 minutes. Didn't interrupt, just read, made notes. Finally looked up. Walter, I'm going to be honest. You're in a bad spot. I know. The personal guarantee is ironclad. If Derek's business can't pay, they will come after you. Your house, your savings, your pension, all of it's all vulnerable. Can I get removed as guarantor? not without Derek's cooperation and the bank's approval, which means finding another guarantor with equivalent credit and collateral. Given Derek's current situation, that's unlikely. I nodded. Expected that. What are my options? Few. You could try to negotiate a settlement, pay a lump sum to be released from the guarantee, usually 50 to 70% of the balance. $70,000. Approximately. I don't have that. Could you take a home equity loan? To pay off my son's debt so he can keep his house while risking mine? Jim sighed. I know how it sounds. No. Then you're looking at potential foreclosure if Derek defaults, your credit destroyed, possible bankruptcy. I sat there, cold spreading through my chest again, 18 years of help, reduced to this. What about my will? Can I protect anything? Yes. We can establish a trust. Put your assets in it now. When you pass, it goes to beneficiaries you designate. Can't be touched by Derek's creditors, but it doesn't help with the current loan. Do it. Remove Derek as beneficiary. Make Matt the primary. He's 14, set it up so he gets it at 25. Walter, that's harsh. It's necessary. Jim made notes. What about your savings? Retirement accounts? Same. Trust. Matt. Derek will contest this. Let him. We spent 2 hours drawing up documents. New will, trust, power of attorney, medical directives. Everything locked down. Protected. Derek's name removed from everything except the damn loan. Cost me $3,500 in legal fees. Worth every penny. Drove home, stopped at the bank on the way, talked to the branch manager, explained the situation, asked about the loan status. She pulled it up. Face went carefully neutral. Mr. Patterson, the loan is currently 43 days past due. We've sent multiple notices. No response. What happens at 60 days? We call the full balance. Begin collection proceedings against all guarantors. Which is me. Yes. And if I can't pay? We initiate foreclosure on collateral properties, in this case your home. I nodded. How much time do I have? 17 days until day 60. Then it's out of our hands. Goes to legal. Thank you. I left. Sat in my truck in the parking lot. 17 days. 17 days to come up with $107,000 or lose everything. The rage wasn't hot anymore. Cold, calculating, hard. I drove to Derek's office. Industrial Park on the south side. Small unit. Sign out front. Patterson and Associates Import-Export. Associates. There was only Rich. No associates. I walked in. Small reception area. Dusty. Rich at a desk in the back. Looked up when I entered. Walter, hey. Where's Derek? Not here. Home, I think. Business hours. Yeah. He's been working from home a lot lately. I looked around. Boxes stacked in corners. Dust on everything. No activity, no life. How's business, Rich? Fine. Good. We're managing. You're dying. His face fell. We've had some setbacks. Derek told his in-laws you're buying him out, expanding. What? Christmas dinner. Big announcement. Said you're diversifying. New contracts. 2024 is your year. Rich laughed. bitter, exhausted. "Walter, I'm trying to get out. Been trying for 6 months. There's no expansion. There's barely a business." "What happened?" "Supplier fell through. Lost our biggest client. Market shifted. Take your pick. Derek keeps thinking we can turn it around. I know better." "How much would it take?" "To buy you out?" "More than Derek has, that's for sure." "How much?" $40,000. That's what I've got into it. Materials, inventory, time. I'd take $30,000 just to walk away clean." I nodded. "Derek have that?" "No. He's been trying to get a loan. Bank turned him down. Credit's shot. Because of missed loan payments. That and other stuff. I don't know all of it." I turned to leave. "Walter, wait. Is Derek okay? He seemed pretty shaken yesterday." "He'll be fine. He always is." I drove home, made a list, numbers, facts, timeline. Derek needed $30,000 to buy out Rich, needed $107,000 to pay off the loan, needed both to save his business and his reputation. Total $137,000. I had $94,000 in savings, built up over 47 years. Patricia and I had saved carefully, lived below our means. That money was supposed to last me through retirement, through medical bills, through whatever came. If I gave it to Derek, I'd have nothing, and no guarantee he'd succeed, no guarantee he'd pay me back, no guarantee he'd change. Pattern recognition? That's what 18 years taught me. Derek didn't change. He took. He promised. He disappointed, then asked again. I wasn't doing it. Instead, I called a real estate agent, Barbara Menkins. Sold Patricia and me our house in 1978, still working at 79. Sharp. "Walter Patterson, haven't heard from you in years. Need to talk about the house." "You selling?" "Maybe. Need to know what it's worth." "Market's strong right now. Your neighborhood's desirable. I'd guess $340,000, maybe more." Same number Derek had said. That's significant equity sitting idle. His words. "What if I needed to sell fast?" "How fast?" 2 weeks. You'd take a hit, maybe $320,000. Still good money." "Set it up." "Walter, you sure? This is a big decision." "I'm sure." We scheduled an appraisal for the next day. Barbara said she'd have paperwork ready by the weekend. I hung up, sat at the table I'd refinished. In the house I'd owned for 46 years, where I'd raised Derek, where Patricia had died. I was selling it, not because I wanted to, because Derek's debt was going to take it anyway. This way I'd get $320,000, pay off the loan, keep the difference, maybe $200,000 after fees and taxes, enough to start over, somewhere smaller, somewhere without memories. My phone rang. "Derek," I answered. "Dad, we need to talk." "Go ahead." "Not on the phone. In person." "I'm busy." "Dad, please, I'm losing everything." "I know. Rich told me." Silence. "You talked to Rich?" "Went to the office. Saw the situation. He wants out. You can't buy him out. Bank won't give you more money. I'm on the hook for a loan you can't pay. I can fix this." "How?" No answer. "Derek, how are you going to fix this?" "I need time. You have 17 days, then the bank forecloses." "On the business?" "On my house. I'm the guarantor. Remember?" I heard him breathing, ragged. "Dad, I didn't think—" "You never do. That's the problem. Don't sell the house, please. That's Mom's house. Was. It's mine now. And in 2 weeks it'll be the bank's unless I do something. I'll figure it out. I'll get the money. From where? Sandra's parents. They have money. You think Richard's going to loan you $107,000 after what I told him Christmas? Silence. Derek, it's over. The business, the bailouts, the second chances. Over. You're really going to let me lose everything? I'm going to save myself. Something you've never considered. I hung up. The appraisal happened the next day. Appraisers spent 2 hours measuring, photographing, noting. Nice young woman. Professional. Your home's in excellent condition, Mr. Patterson. You've taken great care of it. My wife and I did. She has wonderful taste. These original fixtures are rare. She's passed. I'm so sorry. She finished. Said she'd have the report in 3 days. Barbara called that evening. Walter, I'm lining up showings. Interest is high. We might have offers by the weekend. Good. You okay? You sound tired. I'm fine. Where will you go? Haven't figured that out yet. You have family? Not anymore. She didn't push. Derek called 6 more times that week. I didn't answer. Sandra called twice, left voicemails, apologizing, explaining, begging me to reconsider. Walter, Derek made a mistake, but he's family. Please don't do this to him, to us, to Matt. Matt. The kid hadn't done anything wrong. Wasn't his fault. His father was a user, and his mother was an enabler. I called my lawyer. Jim, the trust for Matt. How do I make sure he gets it? It's already set up. When you pass, everything goes to the trust. Distributed at 25. What if I want to do something now? Like what? Education fund. Can I set that up? Money specifically for college. Derek can't touch it. Yes. 529 plan. You're the owner. Matt's the beneficiary. Funds can only be used for education. Do it. Put in $25,000. Walter, that's a quarter of your savings. Do it. He did. By the end of the week, Matt had $25,000 in an education fund. Derek would never see a penny, but Matt would go to college. Without debt. Without begging his father for help. That felt good. First thing in weeks that did. The house sold in 4 days. Cash offer, $315,000. Closing in 3 weeks. Fast. Final. I accepted. Derek found out. Showed up at my door. Didn't knock. Pounded. I opened it. You sold the house? Yes. You can't do that. I can. I did. That's my inheritance. My childhood home. It's my house. Was never yours. Mom would be furious. Mom would understand. She told me years ago you were using me. I didn't listen. He pushed past me. Into the living room. I'm not letting you do this. You don't have a choice. I'll fight it. Contest the sale. On what grounds? It's my name on the deed. Has been since 1978. I'll sue you. For what? Raising you? Paying for your college? Your wedding? Your business? Go ahead. Let a judge see the numbers. He stood there, face red, hands shaking. For a second I thought he might hit me. Almost hoped he would make this easier. Instead, he sat down on Patricia's chair, the one by the window, where she'd read for 40 years. "Dad, please, I'm begging you, don't do this. You begged Christmas Eve too. Remember? You begged me to understand why I couldn't come inside, why old people clutter things up. I was wrong. I'm sorry. You're sorry you got caught. Different thing. I love you. Do you? Or do you love what I can give you?" He looked at me. Really looked. "Both. Can't it be both?" Honest answer. Maybe the first one in years. Maybe. But love without respect isn't enough. I respect you. You don't. If you did, you wouldn't have left me on the porch, wouldn't have bled me dry, wouldn't have risked my home for your dream. I thought I could make it work. On my dime. He put his head in his hands. What am I supposed to do? What everyone does, figure it out. I can't. Then fail. Sometimes that's the lesson. He looked up. You want me to fail? I want you to learn. Failing might be the only way. He stood up. You're a bastard. Maybe. But I'm a bastard who still has a roof over his head. He left, slammed the door. Tires squealed, pulling out. I sat in Patricia's chair, looked out the window at the snow. Quiet, peaceful. Jim called that afternoon. Walter, Derek's lawyer contacted me. He's threatening to contest the trust. Says you're mentally incompetent. Am I? Of course not. But he could tie things up, request evaluations, drag it out. Let him. I've got documentation, clean bill of health from my doctor 3 weeks ago, cognitive test. Perfect score. He's desperate. He's always desperate. I'm just not catching him anymore. The bank called 2 days later. Day 60. Full balance due, $107,000. They'd be proceeding with foreclosure proceedings. I'm selling the house, closing in 3 weeks. You'll have your money then. Pause. Mr. Patterson, we need payment now. You'll get it in 3 weeks. That's not acceptable. It's what you're getting, unless you want to foreclose on a property that's already sold. Good luck explaining that to your legal department. Another pause. We'll need documentation. I'll send it. I sent the sales contract, proof of closing date, proof of funds, everything official, legal, clean. They agreed to wait. Barely. 3 weeks crawled by. I packed up 46 years. Boxes, memories, Patricia's things, my things, our things. Donated most of it. Goodwill, Salvation Army, church sale. Kept what mattered, photos, wedding album, Patricia's jewelry, my tools. Matt showed up one afternoon, knocked quietly. I opened the door. Grandpa? Hey, kiddo. Can I come in? Sure. He stepped inside, looked around. Boxes everywhere. You're really leaving? Yeah. Because of Dad? Smart kid. Partly. He's sorry. I know. Are you mad at me? I looked at him. 14, caught in the middle. Not his fault. No, not at you. Never at you. Then why can't I see you? You can. Anytime. Dad said you don't want to see us anymore. Your dad's wrong. I don't want to be used anymore. Different thing. I don't understand. You will. Someday. Hope you don't. But you will. I made him hot chocolate. We sat at the kitchen table. Same table where I'd taught Derek fractions, where Patricia had written her shopping lists, where I'd added up 18 years of help. I set up something for you, I said. What? College fund, $25,000. It's yours. No one can touch it. Not your dad, not the bank. Just you. His eyes went wide. Grandpa, that's too much. It's not enough. But it's what I can do. Why? Because you didn't choose your parents, and you shouldn't pay for their mistakes. Dad says you're being mean. Maybe I am, but sometimes mean is necessary. He sat there, processing. Finally, where will you go? Haven't decided yet. Somewhere smaller, quieter. Can I visit? Anytime. He hugged me. Tight. Kid hadn't hugged me in 2 years. Too old for it, probably. But right then, he did. I love you, Grandpa. Love you too, kiddo. He left. I watched him walk to his bike, ride away. Good kid. Despite Derek. Despite Sandra. Good kid. Closing day came. Barbara met me at the title company. Paperwork, signatures, checks exchanged. Keys handed over. $315,000. Minus $18,000 in fees. $297,000. I wrote a check to the bank. $107,000. Paid in full. Loan satisfied. Guarantee released. I had $190,000 left, drove to my lawyer's office, signed the final trust documents. Everything protected, everything allocated. Derek was out. Matt was in. Where to now? Jim asked. Not sure. Thinking about Arizona, maybe Florida, somewhere warm. You have family there? No, that's the point. He nodded, understood. I rented a small apartment across town, month to month. Storage unit for Patricia's things. Kept what I needed in 2 suitcases. Derek called once more. I answered. Dad, they foreclosed on the business. It's gone. I know. Rich is suing me. Says I misrepresented the financials. Did you? Silence. Derek, did you lie to Rich? I was optimistic. That's not an answer. I thought I could fix it before he found out. There it is. There what is? The truth. You didn't think, you hoped. You gambled. On my house. On Rich's investment. On everyone's faith in you. I'm losing everything. Then you'll know how it feels. How what feels? Betrayal. I hung up. Blocked his number. Sandra's too. Sat in my new apartment. Small. Quiet. Not home. Not Patricia's house. Just a place. But mine. Paid for. Safe. I thought about calling Matt. Decided against it. Kid had enough to deal with. He knew how to reach me when he was ready. Barbara called a week later. Walter, the buyers want to know if you'd consider selling some of the furniture. They love the dining room set. No, that was Patricia's. They're offering $4,000. I almost said no again, then thought about it. Patricia's dining room set, beautiful oak, 6 chairs, Hutch. She'd picked it out in 1982. We'd saved for 8 months. Had 20 Thanksgivings at that table. 30 Christmases. Tell them yes. You're sure? It's just furniture. Patricia's gone. Derek doesn't want it. Might as well go to someone who'll use it. She handled the sale. $4,000 deposited in my account. I donated the rest. Let the new owners have the house empty, clean, ready for their memories, not haunted by mine. February came, cold, gray. I'd been in the apartment 6 weeks. Hadn't made friends, hadn't tried, went to the grocery store, the library, the diner on Main Street. Quiet life. Simple. My phone rang. Unknown number. I answered. Mr. Patterson? This is Jessica Winters. I'm the principal at Lincoln Middle School, Matt's school. My chest tightened. Is he okay? He's fine, physically, but I'm concerned. His grades have dropped. He's been withdrawn. I thought you should know. I'm not his guardian. I know, but he talks about you a lot. I think he's struggling with your absence. Have you talked to his parents? Yes. They're dealing with their own issues. I thought maybe you could help. I sat there. Kid wasn't my responsibility. Derek made sure of that. But Matt hadn't done anything wrong. Can I see him? At school? Yes. We could arrange that. When? Tomorrow? During lunch? I'll be there. I showed up at 11:30, signed in at the office. Jessica met me. Nice woman. Early 40s. Genuine. He doesn't know you're coming. I thought it might be better as a surprise. She led me to the cafeteria, pointed to a corner table. Matt sat alone, eating, staring at his phone. I walked over. This seat taken? He looked up. Face changed completely. Grandpa. Hey, kiddo. What are you doing here? Heard you could use some company. Who told you? A little bird? Also a principal. He smiled. Small. Real. I'm okay. You're not. But that's okay, too. We talked for 30 minutes. School, friends, video games he liked, classes he hated, normal stuff. Didn't mention Derek. Didn't mention Christmas. Just talked. Can I see you again? He asked. Yeah, how about every Tuesday, lunch? Really? Really? His smile got bigger. I showed up every Tuesday after that. Became routine. Something he looked forward to. Me too. Derek found out after 3 weeks. Called from a new number. You're seeing Matt? Yes? Behind my back? It's lunch, at school. Not exactly covert. You're turning him against me. I'm having lunch with my grandson. If that turns him against you, maybe that says something about you. He hung up. Sandra called that night. Walter, thank you. For what? For seeing Matt. He's been happier. Good. Derek's upset. Derek's always upset. Can you two fix this? For Matt's sake? There's nothing to fix. Derek made his choices. I made mine. He's your son. And I loved him, helped him, sacrificed for him. He treated me like an ATM. That's on him. He's struggling. Good. Maybe he'll learn. She sighed. You really don't forgive him? I don't trust him. Forgiveness without trust is just words. She hung up. March came. Warmer. I'd been seeing Matt for 6 weeks. Kid was doing better. Grades improved, talked more, smiled more. One Tuesday, he brought a report card. 3 A's, 2 B's. Proud of you, kiddo. Thanks, Grandpa. I've been working harder. Shows. Dad doesn't really notice. He's got a lot going on. Yeah, he's mad all the time now. At you? At everything. Lost his business. Mom's working 2 jobs. They fight a lot. My chest tightened. Not satisfaction. Sadness. Derek was my son. Watching him fail hurt. But I'd learned. Helping him wouldn't fix him. Would just delay the lesson. How are you doing with all that? Okay, I guess. Wish it was like before. Before when? Before Christmas. Before everything got weird. It was weird before Christmas, Matt. You just didn't see it. What do you mean? Your dad and I had problems for a long time. Christmas just made it visible. Because of the door thing? Yeah, the door thing. He was quiet. Then, Dad says you abandoned us. Do you believe that? No, you're here every Tuesday. Then trust that. We finished lunch. He went back to class. I went back to my apartment. Sat there thinking about Derek's word. Abandoned. I'd given him $217,450. 18 years of help. Co-signed a loan that almost cost me my house. And he called it abandonment when I stopped. The entitlement was breathtaking. April. Barbara called. Walter, I have a buyer interested in some property up north. Small house, 2 bedrooms, lake access. Needs some work, but it's peaceful. Thought of you. How much? $140,000. You'd have $50,000 left after purchase. Enough to live on with your pension. Send me the listing. I looked at it that night. Small house. Deck overlooking a lake. Trees. Quiet. 3 hours north. Far enough from Derek. Close enough to Matt if he needed me. Make an offer. You sure? Yeah, I'm sure. The offer was accepted. Closing in May. I told Matt over lunch the next Tuesday. I'm moving up north. Small place. Quiet. His face fell. You're leaving? Not leaving you. Just leaving here. You can visit. Summer. Weekends. Whenever. Does Dad know? No. And he doesn't need to. He'll be mad. He's already mad. Might as well give him a reason. Matt smiled. Small. Sad. I'll miss you. You'll see me. Promise. May came. I moved. Small U-Haul. Everything I owned fit in 12 boxes. Drove north. 3 hours. House was perfect. Small. Simple. Mine. Spent the summer fixing it up, painted, repaired the deck, replaced some boards, puttered, kept busy, kept moving. Matt visited in June, stayed a week. We fished, hiked, talked, didn't talk, just existed together. Kid needed peace. I gave it to him. Sandra dropped him off, picked him up, didn't mention Derek. I didn't ask. July. Matt came again. 2 weeks this time. Brought a friend. They swam, built a fire pit. Normal kid stuff. Derek didn't call. I didn't reach out. We'd found our distance. August. Matt went back to school, 9th grade. He'd text me sometimes. School stuff. Normal stuff. I'd text back. Short messages, but consistent. September. 1 year since Patricia's death. I sat on my deck watching the sunset, whiskey in hand, her chair empty beside me. "I think you'd like this place," I said to the air. Quiet, simple, no drama. The wind picked up, rippled the water. "I did what you said. Set boundaries. Let him fall. Hurts. But you were right." Silence. "Miss you." More silence. But comfortable. Familiar. October. Matt called. "Grandpa, can I ask you something?" "Always." "Did you hate Dad? After everything?" I thought about that. Long time. "No." Disappointed, angry, hurt, but not hate. "He says you hate him." "He's wrong. Hate takes energy. I'm just tired." "Will you ever talk to him again?" "Maybe. Someday. If he learns, if he changes. But I'm not holding my breath." "That's sad." "Yeah, it is." November. Thanksgiving. Matt invited me to dinner. Just us. Mom, me, you. Dad's working. Working. Right. I went. Small apartment. Sandra's new place. Derek wasn't there. She'd filed for separation in September. Matt told me over text. Dinner was quiet, turkey, stuffing, normal food. Sandra was pleasant. Tired. Working 2 jobs wore on her. "Thank you for coming," she said. "Thanks for inviting me. Derek doesn't know." I figured. "He's not doing well." "I'm sorry to hear that." She looked at me. "Are you?" "Yeah. He's still my son. I don't enjoy his suffering." "But you won't help him." "No, I won't." She nodded. "I understand. Took me a while, but I understand." We finished dinner. I left, drove home, 3 hours, got there at midnight. Exhausted, but good exhausted. Like I'd done something right. December. Christmas. Matt spent it with me. Just us. Small tree, simple decorations. We cooked breakfast together, opened gifts, watched movies. Perfect day. He gave me a card, handmade. Inside. "Thanks for always showing up, love, Matt," I cried. First time since Patricia died. Just sat there holding the card, crying. Matt hugged me, didn't say anything, just held on. If you like this story, please like it, subscribe to the channel, and share your impressions in the comments. To listen to more stories, click on the window on the right. Thank you for being with us.